there, thanks for joining me to color. Today we're going to be working on this adorable Whimsy Stamps image called Cuddly Ride. Isn't she cute? I will put a link to the card kit down in the description box in case you would like to head over and grab one up. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start by giving my girl here an outline with C0. And I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm just going to go all the way around the outside. And I don't really care how wide my line is, I just kind of wing it. I just like to do this first because otherwise I end up touching my image and then I pull color off my image out into my background. I love her little curly hair, isn't it cute? Got lots of little swirls in there. And I'm also going to get a few of these little swirls that are coming off of her head. A couple little stray hairs coming up there. Work our way back down to the bottom. And now near the end of our snail. Let's go ahead and do the ground next. So we're going to use 43 and 42 for that. I'm going to go ahead and start with 42 today. So I want my ground to go up a little bit past my snail. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go with the little curve of his shell right here. And then we'll brush out. And then we're going to go underneath. And too, if you do this now, if you get some on your little snail, you can erase it. And then I'm going to bring it up to how about right about here. And then I'm going to grab 43, and I just want to add a little bit of dark. So let's go right at the tippy tip of his tail there, and around him. And then I'm not going to go all the way up to the end of my brown up here. We're going to go right kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to go over that the second coat. I'm making sure to go across the edge so that it will soften it up a little bit. Alright, let's do our skin next. Grab all of those. Alright, so for our skin, we are going to use E11, 21, 00, and for our cheeks, I'm going to use R20 and 30. Let's go ahead and start with our E11. Now let's zoom down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go with her leg first. I'm going to take my E11 and give it a little swatch of color here along the back. Next I'll do E21. So I tend to start on the edge of my 11. And then I'm going to come back, and this time I'm going to go over the whole thing. Kind of cheat and give it 2 coats at once. And then we'll fill it in with our E00. And so like I did last time, I'm going to go from this side and I'm just going to swipe over her entire leg. And we'll go up here and we'll do her hand. And I think I'll do her neck too. Next we'll add E21. So again, I'm going to start right here at the edge of my 11. And then I'm going to come down here at the bottom and I'm going to go right over her entire hand that I already did. And then same for over here. Let's do a little bit. Let's get it started, and then we'll go from this side and go across that whole area. And I'm going to go ahead and fill her neck in because it's under her chin and it's going to be a little bit darker down there. And for her hand, we're going to want to fill this in, and then I'm going to swipe over her entire hand. And even though I filled this in, I'm going to swipe over her neck just to soften it. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to do her face. So again, we'll start with E11. And let's go ahead and use this curly Q right here as our guide. So I'm going to use this side of her face to be darker. And bring it around to the side of her neck. I'm going to kind of bring this little section right here out so it's kind of got like a straight line there. Next we'll add E21. And then E00. I'm going to go ahead and fill her whole face in. And then I'm going to come back after I do her cheek color. So I'm going to start with R20. And this one's only got a little bit of her cheek showing, so I'm going to do a little dab here on the edge. And then over here, we're going to go from this curly Q and bring it out. And then we'll soften it with our R30. And then I'm going to come back with a second coat of E21. And then our second coat of E00. And I make sure to go over this section over here too, and pull clear across her face. And I've softened my pink up quite a bit there, so I'm going to come back with a second coat of my R20. And then I'll go over that with my E00 again. Next, let's do her hair. So for her hair, we're going to use E47, 37, 15, and 35. Okay, so we're going to start with E47 first. And let's go ahead and do these little curly Qs here at the front. So for all of these, they have like a little section that's kind of behind. So I'm going to do those first, like this one, and this one. And then up here we've got right here that looks like it's kind of behind. And then this little section. And then it curls back over here, and then this one. I'm going to go ahead and make this little section. I don't think maybe that was supposed to be your face, but I'm going to go ahead and make it the back of this little curl right here. Okay, and then same for over here. Let's do this section, and then we'll do over here. And then for this, let's do this one. Here's a dark piece. And then let's do this little curl, the back of this curl. And then I'm going to do this little pitch right there. Okay, let's start with that and we'll see how that goes. And then we're going to have E37 next. So let's add that here, here, and the little bits in here to different spots. This one, we're going to make this section darker. And then how about this little underneath section right here. And we're going to switch over to this side, so let's go. Looks pretty good. Then we'll add E15 next. Some of these are pretty small, so you don't have to worry about not covering them all the way up. And then we'll add E35 to finish these little sections off. Right, let's grab E47 again. We'll add some more color here. I'm liking how those curls kind of give me a little spot to start so I would know where I wanted to add some more dark in. Let's go in here. A little bit right there. About a little bit right here, right here. Come down in here.
You know it still hurts a little bit, but not that much. 'Cause if you want somebody else,
and next we'll add 37.
I've been thinking about you all the time, but that's alright.
I'm going to fill in some of these pieces, because some of these pieces look like they're back in the back.
I met you in the summer when you left, it was cold. Said we loved one another, guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy.
And then we'll add 15. And then I'm going to take my 35 and go over some of these little section here just in the middle.
It's kinda quiet in my room right now without you.
Then let's go up here and work at the top. So 35 again. So this side over here, since it pulls over the top over here, I'm going to make it dark right here at the roots, where a part is. And then let's go ahead and get this one that comes out this way. And then each one of these little sections where they kind of dip down into her bangs. Like this one here that's poking up, we're going to get down at the bottom. Do that. And then this one here goes back underneath, so I'm going to get this end little section. And then over here, we're going to do this side. And then we're going to do, not this top section, but I'm going to get down here in the bottom. I'm going to bring it around about, oh, halfway from that ponytail. No, I should bring it all the way up. Let's go up around this little, there she's got a little ponytail wrapper right here. I'm going to give it a little bit of color. Okay, and then we've got some of these sections. So this one's got a curl that goes underneath. And then let's go ahead and get a few of these little strands. And some of these are pretty small, so be careful. And let's try it with that. Next, we are going to go with 37. I'll soften some of these edges. And this side looks like it's kind of tipped back more, so I'm going to take up more. I'm going to take up more of my space over here with the darker colors. Next, we're going to add 15. And then over here, where it kind of goes, this one looks like it's poking up. I'm going to bring it to connect over here on the side. And then I'm going to fill in this section. Oops, I forgot to do these little curly cues. Nope, I did those. Okay, and we're going to go with 35. I'm going to go ahead and fill this section over here in. And I like to wipe over her entire hair from the roots or from the part up. And then we're going to fill in these little sections. Same thing, I still like to go over all of the entire hair section. And even though I colored this side already over, I'm going to go ahead and just wipe over the top. Next, we got those cute little buns. So let's do 47 again. This one over here has got a few little curls, so I'm just going to kind of wipe over the top of those little squiggly lines. And over here, we're going to kind of go like a little circle. Then we'll add 37. And then 15. And then we'll go over all of that with 35.
I've been trying my best for a while, trying to please everyone who's around me. I've been putting on a fake smile, even though I'm wasting time. I don't want to be trapped.
Okay, what should we do next? Oh, let's do the snail next. So what do we need for that? Okay, so for our snail, we're going to need 55, 53, 51, and 50. And let's start with 55. I'm going to go ahead and start down here on his tail. And then we'll add 53. And we'll fill it in with 51. Wrong one, we'll need that later. Okay, then we'll go with 55 again, and let's do his chest over here. So let's go with a little bit down next to where his shell is. Come around over here, and maybe we'll go around this little puff of stuff he has on his chest. Bring this around. Oh, he's got a little patch right there. And then let's do a little bit on this side of this little tuft of hair he's got there. And then we're going to add 53. And then we'll add 51. And then up here where his bow touches, I'm going to add this up here. Then we'll add 50 over this entire area here. I'm going to hop up here and we're going to do his face. So again, I'm going to start with 55. So let's go from right here, from where this little pom-pom is, down, around the back, and then over her finger, and back up and over the top of this little cheek there. And then we'll add 53. Soften this edge. Next we'll go with 51. We're going to bring 51 down here onto his face where his cheek is. And I think I'll also bring it just around the edges of the cheek and onto his neck. Bring this side around like this. And then we'll take 50 to fill this in. Next, let's do some pink. Okay, so for our pink, we're going to use R85, 83, and RV32. I'm going to start with 85. Let's do the girl's hair bow here first. Go. Swipe of that. Swipe of 83. And a swipe of RV32. Not too complicated. Okay, let's do his little bow next. So again, we'll go with 85. So for my little bow, I'm going to color the insides here first. I'm going to do this knot a little bit at the bottom. And then he's got some little lines right here on the bow. So I'm going to go down like this. And then I'm going to come out. Same for over here. Let's go right down the middle here. And a little bit away from the little knot. Okay, and let's go ahead, as long as we got it out, let's go ahead and do this little patch too. And we'll do 83 next.
What's on your mind? I see that you are struggling. Why wasting time to try to fix this on your own?
And then RV32.
You said you'd be alright.
Thinking I might give it 2 coats.
Although I know that's a lie, I'm waiting for you to give it up.
Yeah, let's give it a couple coats. So we're gonna grab R85 again.
Just for us. 'Cause you got that free love. You want to heal the world. So now I am saving mine for us.
And then we'll add our R83.
Never met someone like you. You got this humble heart and sweet like cherry pie. But you build up this wall. I try to climb, but I keep falling down. You know you make this so hard.
And then we'll add RV32 to finish it off.
You will see me fall, but I will wait for you to give it up. 'Cause there is some hidden love, just for us.
Okay, let's do the girl's dress too. So we'll go with R85 first. Let's do this bit. Okay, then for her dress, let's do underneath the belt. And over here. And let's do this shoe down here too. And then we'll add R83. And then we'll fill it in with our RV32. And like the bow, we're going to give it 2 coats. Next we'll add our 83. And then we'll go over those with RV32. Next, let's do her shirt. All right, so for her shirt, we're going to use BG34, 32, and then G00. So we're going to start with BG34, and let's do this sleeve over here first. Do that, and then we're also going to do this buckle. This. Next we'll add BG32. And then we'll go over those with our G00. And then with our BG34, I'm going to do these buttons. Let's do some yellow next. So we're going to use Y26 and Y19 for the pom-poms and the accents on her shirt, her belt, and her shoe. So we're going to go with Y26 first. And let's go ahead and do this, that. I'm going to give it 2 coats.
We left our love with question marks, with broken hearts. I went home my life without you. Something right could be so wrong. Carry on, 'cause I know I have to let you go. I know it's bad to take a leap into my world of fantasies, but we will make it all the way somehow.
And then we'll go up here and we'll do little pom-poms. So I'm going to keep my dark to the side over here. Remember, I'm going to give it 2 coats, so I'm not going to fill it all the way in with my Y19. I'm just going to go over this first and add a little bit. And I'm swiping clear over the Y26 too. Because Y19 is pretty yellow, so I want to make sure to add that in. And then we'll add a second coat of our Y26. And then Y19 again to fill it in. Let's do his little nose next. So for that, we're going to use N9 and N6. So we'll start with N9, and I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around. I'm going to start up here at the top. I'm going to go around. This. Make it a little bit, I made the bottom line a little bit fatter than the top line. And then we'll add N6 next. So I want to leave a little white space. So I'm going to go across like this and just leave that little white area there at the top. If you mess it up and you don't get the little white space, you can always go in and add it with your Sharpie white paint pen afterwards. So don't be stressed if you colored it in on accident. Or you can just color the whole thing black. That's cool too. Alright, so let's move on to his shell. So for his shell, we're going to use YG 97, 95, 93, and 91. I'm going to start with my 97. I'm going to go around each little section. So let's start here at the center part. Let's go around like this. And this one in the back, I just went ahead and filled that in because it's pretty small. And then let's go around this one, and then we're going to go up, up. I'm going to go around each of these lines. And then I'm going to go around this next little circle, like this. We're going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to bring my line around the opposite side of this line. I could have just went over it a little bit fatter, but I didn't. And then we're going to go down each line. And up here where the her hand is, I'm going to go next to that. And same for where his little head is touching, and his scarf or his bow. Then we're going to add YG 95. I'm going to go over each line, just making it a little bit fatter. Pretty easy so far. And then we'll add YG93, same thing. I'm just going over those two colors and adding them in, making them a little bit wider. Some of them are too small, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill them in. Then we go over the whole thing with YG91. So I'm going to try to do, when I do with my YG91, I'm going to try to go just on each little section. So like this one's got a white space, so I'm going to kind of go in a little circle and swirl it around inside each little section of the snail's tail or his shell, so that it will kind of only work in that one little section. It's going to kind of mush everything together. That, and now after I've done each one, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to swipe over the entire shell. Okay, so now we got those little dots. I'm thinking that, oh, I don't know. I made them, on the original card I made them colored, but I think I'm going to leave them white. Just because I like them that way. A few of them I have some, like this one here, I got a little bit of pink in there, so I'll take my colorless blender later and fix that. But for now, I'm thinking I'm going to leave it white. So now I'm going to take my Wink of Stella brush in clear, and I'm going to put that on these little pom-poms, because what snail would not be perfect without some glitter on his pom-poms. And I'm also going to do this bow. And let's go ahead and do this little hair thing here. And I think I'll give it 2 coats. Let's swipe over this again. Make it really sparkly. Like that. Okay, I love it. Okay, so that's what it looks like all finished up. So let's go ahead and zoom up and we'll put it together. All right, so we've got all our stuff here. So let's start out by doing this pink piece. And then we're going to attach this to this, but I always make sure before I get started that I have my card going the direction that I want it to go. You don't want to put it on there backwards, or not backwards, but upside down or sideways. Next, I'm going to use this little chevron piece. And I kind of set this cattywampus so that each corner, like up here, touches the edge of the paper. And then next is this little striped piece. This piece also has some great bingo cards on the back that would be great for scrapbooking. I think I used this all up. Okay, so let's go like this. And then we'll use this piece with the words I thought was really cute. This is actually another Simple Stories paper, but I think this one is I Heart summer collection, and this one was Vintage Bliss, but I like the words on this one. And some of them may have, it's going to have different words because the whole page is covered in words. And then it has, some of this has like little hearts on it sometimes, and it has some bigger words sometimes. Okay, next let's do our girl. And about right here. And then in your kit, you're going to get the words hello, and there's a black one and a yellow one. I put them together already so you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me glue it together. And I kind of offset them so that you can see the black on the back. And I've already attached some pop dots to the back too, so you wouldn't have to deal with me trying to figure out how to do that. That always takes forever. Me and pop dots, it takes forever. And I'm going to put this over here. And then we have, I cut out some little flowers, so let's do this little flower. And then I'm going to do a white one. And offset that so it's, you can see the brown one behind it. Next we're going to do yellow one, and I thought I'd do yellow because it goes with the paper I use for this. And then we're going to do this little cute daisy one. Okay, and then also in your kit, you're going to get a little packet of sequins. You're not going to get a bottle full, but you'll get a little bag full so that you can put some sequins on your card here. I'm going to use one as the center, and since I happen to dump out of the jar this one that's really sparkly and iridescent, I'm going to put that one there, just because. And then let's go ahead and do a couple over here. So let's do one here, and how about one right here. And this little packet of sequins does have a little bit, they have different colors. They're all pink, but they just have different colors of pink in there, so you may not get all of these same ones in your kit. I'm just going to open the little Ziploc bag and dump some in there. No picking through for me, sorry. I'm just going to open the bag and dump you some in the Ziploc bag. Alright, so there is our card all finished up. Isn't he cute? And then also, here's the original one I made in case you would like to do, see how I did the dots on this one, different colors. So I'm trying it out. We'll just see how, this one's white, this one's got colors. Totally cute. So anyway, if you have a question, leave me a comment down below and I'll make sure to get back to you. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like button or the thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and do that so you'll be, and hit the little bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, or if I'm doing a live class, you can hop on over and join me and we can chat. So I hope you're having a fabulous week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.